Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. Alright, this is our first episode for Crusader Kings II. This is Paradox Interactive, and in this game, you are controlling a dynasty. So you have your family, and you are trying to lead your family through the ages. We're going to start all the way in the early Middle Ages, but we're not going to go with one of the main offered ones. We're actually going to go random. So my rules for this piece of the Decathlon is that I will always begin with a random character, and what we have is already a high level of difficulty, which is going to be difficult for me because I'm not that good at this game. We're going to start in the county of Gwent. We are a vassal already, so we are not independent. And let's go ahead and get started. We are going to play on Iron Man, which means there's no cheating, there's no going back, there's no reloading. Once you start, that's it. You've got to do what you can to get in there. So we are going to set things up as dynamic, and we're going to go with default on virtually every setting that we can as we go through here. There will be devil worshippers and the such. I have most of the DLCs for this game. Sure that everything is set. Now, if I actually do work my way up towards getting pretty good at this game, there's actually a lot of achievements available for me as I go through, and I'm excited about that prospect because my other Paradox games I have done pretty well with. Let's see. I'm going to set this to Decathlon G and start our Iron Man game. Alright, so the setup for this game, in Crusader Kings II, you play as a succession of medieval rulers from a single dynasty. There's no set goal, but the world is filled with ambitious rivals. Secure more land to increase your power and protect your family. You cannot hold infinite amount of land yourself. To expand, you will need to rely on vassal rulers. Keep them happy with titles and gifts, lest they decide to revolt. Game will end in 1452, which is right around the kickoff time for Europa Universalis 4, one of the other games in our trio of grand strategy games that we will be playing. If your line can stay in power that long. So I have never successfully made it to the end game on this. This is quite the challenging game for me. As a ruler, your first priority is to secure an heir. If you do not have a legitimate heir, when your character dies, the game will end. Other pressing matters appear as alerts along the top of the screen. It's a pausable real-time game. This means that you can issue commands both while the game is paused and while the clock is running. To pause or unpause the game, click the date on the upper right corner. That's this one. Or press the spacebar. Use plus and minus symbols to speed time up or slow it down. I do tend to play these games at higher speeds and use the pause option when I need to make commands. Crusader Kings II takes place on a fully 3D map. You can zoom in and out using your mouse scroll wheel. Alright, I am playing a Welsh Catholic count, so I have no special effects. I am involved in a feudal government. We are Catholic, and I'm gonna go ahead and get in while the getting's good. So this is my character. I am Count Noe of Gwent. Amazingly, one of my favorite soccer teams around the world, also known as football teams to you outside of the United States. Swansea, I believe Swansea is very close to here, right around where Gwent is. If I remember correctly, though I have never been to England, or in this case, Wales. But that is my character. I am not married, so that'll be one of my first objectives is to get married. I am 48 years of age, and if you know your medieval history at all, I might not live a whole lot longer, so I need to take a good look at my heir, uh, Gruffid. Uh, Gruffid is 19 years old. He is already at the age of marriage, and so I'm going to need to get him married as well here pretty soon. Now let's take a look at who it is we work for, who we are a vassal to. This is King Rice, and King Rice is uh, controller of 3 uh, provinces and has no liege himself, which means if I can get myself in a strong enough position, I may or may not be able to inherit this kingdom and control all 3 provinces, which would be a nice start to what we're doing here. Uh, However, the heir is another count, but seems to not be the son of, so I may just be able to gain favor. He is not married. He's 60 years old, so he probably is not going to live a lot longer. If I can deal with this count and get him in trouble, I might be able to put myself... Oh, no, that is his son. His only son. Okay, well, we'll see. Alright, well, perfect timing. We are in the middle of December, and our music playlist here from Paradox is actually going with a bit of a tune that at least is holiday themed. Alright, well, my heir is unmarried, my ruler is unmarried. I'm definitely going to need to take care of these things first. I have some other important decisions. I'm going to need to pick ambition, focus for my character, and I do have some minor titles to give away. I have just 1 province under my control, but I am not the owner of the province. I just run it, so I've got to work hard to maintain a positive relationship with my liege in order to keep control of this province and not have it stripped from me. Now, I'm going to start by trying to find a spouse. And let's see, I haven't played this in a little while. Find characters. There we go. And I'm going to search all. Because you expand your search for that. I need to find a spouse. So I need to search for a woman who is unmarried. And I'm going to have a lot easier time if they are in my religion. And I need to take a look at my character stats. I have good diplomacy, and that's about it. I'm not too bad in intrigue or learning, but my stewardship is a whopping nothing, nada. As that is your national tax modifier, it's important to have some stewardship in order to make some money. However, in my position, am I going to need that money a whole lot, or do I need somebody who can fight? So I'm going to need help in either martial or stewardship categories. So let's see who's out there that has maybe a combination of the 2. Like Hemmeltrude, Courtier in La Marche, so French or Frankish here. She's a skilled tactician. She has good stats, 27 years old, though that is a little bit older, but I am 48, so she's a lot younger than I am. And she could join the court with a bag of gold, so she might be interested in marriage. She does have a negative opinion of me. Her attraction to gluttonous. Apparently I am gluttonous. I'm lustful. That lowers my piety, which means my favor with the church. But it does increase my fertility, so I can get some offspring maybe. I am kind. I am honest. And there's the gluttony. Lowers that stewardship. That's apparently why I'm at 0. Also the church opinion. The attraction opinion. That's Himmeltrud's issue with me. But same trait opinion is high if you find somebody else who is gluttonous. And a naive appeaser. Boy, this character's not that strong. I'm gonna have some work to do. By the way, my defense size, meaning how big of the amount of territories that I can hold, is just 3. But I only have 1 right now, so that's not gonna be a problem for a while. And as I mentioned, I'm not that great at this game. Definitely not. On easy with perks, I can do all right, and I can definitely grow an empire. But on Iron Man, on normal difficulty, I struggle. My army levies are only 183. I can only pull 183 troops in combat, so I'm definitely not going to be doing anything alone in terms of conquering others. So there's not going to be territorial expansion that way. Okay, back to the search. Himmeltrud's decent at 27. She should still be able to bear children. None of these categories are lowering her fertility. I do have an heir already, so it's not that big of a deal whether she actually has children or not. Adela is a lot younger and has a pretty decent attribute line. She has wrath. She's ambitious, zealous, paranoid. Yay, paranoia. We like paranoia. They're both Catholic. So, choices. Ooh, we do have claims here on this character. What is that? Hilsaperga. She's from Lombard. And let's see. How's she looking? Ooh, really high in intrigue. And she has claims. What are her claims to? Ancona and Urbino. Let's see. That could play well for us. How strong are those claims? So her dad's already dead, and her brothers are the counts and chancellors, commander, steward. She does have, it's a weak claim and a weak claim, and looks like she might be 3rd in line. Well, or 2nd in line in succession anyway. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do anything with those claims. Again, without any military support, I think we're going to really struggle to make moves that way. It's going to have to be through peaceful means. So I might just go for, instead of marshal, what about stewardship? Can we find a strong steward? Who's that Himmeltrud? She's the 4th best here. Another Frankish character. Fortune builder with higher fertility. But I don't know how much I want to grow my family at this point. But +6 on that stewardship. She's slothful. That almost matches my gluttonous character. And she's cruel. She's cruel yet humble. Good job, lady. You might fit perfectly. Sure, why not? Oh, she's been married before. Her husband died. Let's take the widow. Okay, I want to arrange marriage to myself. She is lowborn, which will drop our prestige by 100. Do I really need to get married? I have an heir. I want the money that the higher traits will bring. Yeah, we're playing the long game here. Let's get married. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start, unpause the game, but slow here at first because I'm not married. My heir is not married. We need to get him married to somebody who will be useful and provide him with children. Hey, look at that. Prestige or gold. Prestige or gold. We don't need the prestige right now. We need the gold. Right. Peace be with you. I accept your suggestion. Count Noe and Willis Windus get married. Okay, excellent. Alright, now we need a spouse for you, dear son. Okay, so the hunt is back on. And, let's see. What are your attributes, dear son? You have the same issues. Like father, like son, you have no stewardship. So let's look once again. No, we are not going to marry the 58-year-old. Ooh, we're already changing laws. We haven't even gotten to that. I need to get my court set too. My advisors. Daphne is 21. And, oh, here's that Adela. Adela was pretty good on her stats. And young. Let's look again. She's a schemer. That could be a problem down the road. Especially when she's ambitious. And paranoid. She's got some pretty decent stats though. See, here's the Himmeltrude and Adela and Daphne. Himmeltrude's too old for our young 19-year-old son. We want to be able to have some children. Craven, charitable, an erudite. She's deceitful, but definitely has lower stats and 4 years older, and dislikes me more than Adela does. So let's. Adela is widowed as well. Did she kill him? She's only 17. They couldn't have been married that long ago. Alright, let's arrange the marriage. And Griffith. Our son? Oh. She's reluctant to marry him. She wants they want a matrilineal marriage. They want her to gain my claims? I don't think so. No, we are not going matrilineal here. Next. Sorry, son. No wedding for you today. Alright. The days have passed. We'll find a wife for you next week. Okay, so we're back to Himmeltrude or Daphne now. Age, definitely a factor, but... Oh, did she have any... No? Ouch. The older woman. How you feeling, son? Oh, and she's Greek. She's coming from a long ways away. That's not going to create any boost for us. But she does have decent stewardship. Let's try Daphne. Uh-oh. She's married now. Hey, let's try this married no thing again. Oh, here you go. Here's a 16-year-old. Where have you been, Miss Anglo-Saxon Geetha? Good stewardship, fertility bonus. She's patient. She might need to be patient with my family. Sure. Are you willing to marry? What is wrong here? Why not? Because you just got married too. Maybe I need to pause here. Is everybody getting married this week? How many weddings are going on right now? Big Adelberga. She doesn't help on the diplomacy, but she does have other decent stats. She is Midas touched. She will provide any kids, but she's also chaste, so that levels that off. She is deceitful and cruel, meaning she kind of offsets everything here, but excellent stewardship. We're not going with a 58-year-old. What about more Berga? See, we're gonna marry a Berga apparently, either a Lombardian or a Frank. Let's see here. Honest, cynical, humble, temperate, quick, and indulgent minstrel. Yeah, let's see, what's our overall count? We have 20, 33, 41, or 11, 22, 32, 42. They're about level in terms of attributes. They're both 16, room for improvement. She doesn't like us very much. She's a little better. So let's try more Berga. Arranged marriage. Our son. Yes. Another lowborn. Minus 100 again. But we got some work to do to get somewhere. Alright. We need to, meanwhile, while we wait to hear for a response, we have matters of state to deal with. Farmer told me how his boar managed to break into his neighbor's hoggery, and the result was 7 small piglets. Now his neighbor demanded compensation he can't afford, and they need me to tell them what to do. We can gain the attribute just, increasing stewardship, learning vassal opinion, same trade opinion. That's a pretty good thing. Let's go ahead and pick that option. Alright, we need ambition, we need a focus. What's our ambition? Paragon of Virtue, Exalted Among Men, King of Wales. We're a long way off from that. Gain a title. 200 prestige for that. That might be a good way to go here. We're a long ways off from those war taxes, I think. Let's get that title. The Great Count, no way. Peace be with you. Regrettably, I feel it would not be in my best interest for Gruffid to marry Morberga. Oh, we are struggling here early. Okay, Adelberga, on to you now. Her husband was that poisoned? Died attending to chamber business. What kind of business in the chamber was it there, sir? Oh, she's not an option right now, so let's refresh this one. Sibilia. Or Lucinda. Not a 70-year-old. We already looked at Adela, right? But did we try? I think we did. I think she was I think we had a no when we tried her, didn't we? We did. Ute. Who among you? Diligent. Chase, that's minus 15%. Fertility. Just and cruel. Another minus 5. That's minus 20%. Boy, it might be difficult to have a child with this one. And she's a Visigoth. What do we have here? You're being tutored still. You haven't quite grown up. Your stats are pretty low. Let's go back to the our son, Marshall Lowe. Let's check Marshall. Who among you is worthy? Or who will take us? Dear son, I can't seem to marry you out at the moment. Helmswinda and Valet. Paranoid and deceitful. And a theologian, minus 5% fertility. Wow, that's not great. That shouldn't stop us. 14, 19, 21, 34. Not great stats. Definitely not great. Ooh. This is decent. But no stewardship. 39, 46. That's a pretty good overall total. And at 16, she's Anglo-Saxon. So she might create some positive family relationships. And she's stubborn. She's chaste. Let's maybe find the best we can find. If you weren't 70, that'd be pretty decent. Oh, here we are. This is the one we were just looking at who was chaste. And low stewardship. 2 knocks against her. Frolio from Porto. Fertility is up. She likes to garden. Got a national tax modifier here. We might have ourselves a winner. 28, 38, 45. Okay, let's try. No! Too far away, I think, is why. Oh, yeah, diplo range. Not looking good for our young son. Okay, how are we looking here? What about Bordana? Croatia. She's honest, cruel, so brave. And she's with Roth. Has some combat modifiers. Here's that Imperator. Oh, she's got the two marks against her, but otherwise pretty good. Queen Mother. King Carl of West Francia. Brilliant strategist. A flanker. Deceitful. Oop. see, I've taken so long. Things have happened in the world. Yes, we're going to let this merchant caravan in. We're going to take that risk. It could have positive outcomes if I let them in. Or negative. Evening falls. The fat merchant sits by the fire and regales you and the rest of your court with stories of his travels. His appetite seems insatiable, but as you do not wish to prove a poor host, you order your servants to bring in a second serving. Alright. Dawn breaks and the caravan prepares to move on. The merchant insists on leaving you a gift as thanks for your great hospitality. He shouts a terse command in a foreign language and a young man comes forward. This eunuch will serve you well, the merchant says. His loyalty to you, his new master, shall be beyond reproach. Cool. I have a eunuch in my court now. Poor guy. Those eunuchs. Great servants, but only because of what they lack and what it apparently takes away. Or at least that was the thinking historically. Okay, I know you had 2 knocks against you, but let's give her a shot here. After all, we can't seem to find anyone for our son. We're gonna lose prestige again, but son, we found you a wife. You better get her knocked up though, because it's not her strong suit. So work hard. Yeah, I don't know if fathers are supposed to tell that to their sons though. Alright, character focus. As our stewardship is nothing, let's go ahead and add 3 stewardship. To the kindly Count Noe, peace be with you. I accept your suggestion that Gruffid and Bayarthwin, no, Bayartwin get married. Yeah, Bayartwin. Alright. Son. You're married. And she's young. She doesn't like me a whole lot, but you seem to like me now. Oh, we're both gluttonous. Yeah, very much like father, like son. Alright, well hey, we're starting to get somewhere. We're still playing on a very slow speed, but we're already into our 2nd year. So our spouses have arrived. We've had improved relations. Now let's start getting things going. I have a council preset. My chancellor has a diplomacy of 13. That's pretty good. Let's get him to work. Improve relations. That might not be a bad thing. We are not going to fabricate claims or sow dissent at this point because we don't need trouble. Now we are improving relations. I know that's the one we kind of want to plot against, so let's go over this way. Our bishop. We have a bishop as our marshal. And yeah, man of the church leading your army. Questionable. Very questionable. What else are my options? Literally nothing. Our best marshal in my among my court is a 4. Wow. That's not good. Okay, so we can go for a technology spread bonus of 20%, or try to increase our levy. We have a 6% chance of problems coming, while here Well, we're looking at the same thing, 6% chance. Let's go ahead and train troops. There we go. Okay, our steward, just a 7, but he is still the best we have. Collect taxes. We could certainly use the additional money to build up our province. We're not going to do a whole lot of work, so taxes or research? Well, let's get some money going. So you're going to go here as well. Our spy master is at a 9. I'm not worried about too many plots right now. This might be where we go for tech. Build spy network. Study tech. Let's go ahead and study tech. Somebody who is well above us. Here in Francia, probably. We can maybe get into the mix over here somewhere. Let's see, let's not send you too far away. Let's go over here towards Calais. Alright. And one more to sort out. Our court chaplain, who's certainly better at what he does than our marshal is. Let's see, proselytize. Tend to the lost souls. Well, I don't think I'm going to have any problem converting. I believe we should be Catholic already. Cultural tech. Nice spread rate, 100%. Let's go for that. Alright, at least one of them's working on that. Let's look over our minor titles. We do have a regent and court physician that are available. We have 2 commanders assigned at 8 and 11. Here's my council. And here, among other things, the most important is what do we have? Nobody is malcontent. That is good. We have a zealot. 2 glory hounds, so they're out for personal glory. No pragmatists, and we do have a loyalist. So the loyalist tends to go with, they would vote in favor of anything that you push for. The glory hounds are out for their own personal glory, and so they can be trouble at times. They usually require some convincing, but overall not a bad group. I might be able to get some positives out of them. Okay, so here's the laws, and this is what their role has to do with, is trying to get things passed. My heir is my son. We are agnatic, cognatic, gavelkind. So it has to do with, so as agnatic, what that is that we have only males can inherit. Meaning if I have a daughter first, she is not my heir. I would need a son. And we're cognatic. Let's see, what is that? There we go. Titles of the ruler are divided among the children, with the oldest getting the primary title. So if the ruler has no children who can inherit, the law defaults to primogeniture. You get no prestige penalty for having unlanded sons and can have a 30% larger demand. So you can hold more, but it looks like your titles do get split among your kids, with the primary heir getting the main title. So meaning you actually lose some of your holdings as you take over the role of whoever is in charge when you pass on. So there are some difficulties in that for those laws. Okay, taking a look at technology. This is our military tech. So for example, this is how your infantry performs in battle. This is economy, so the castle infrastructure, meaning how the castle itself is set up and how well things move through your castle can increase the kind of money coming in and out, basically through trade. Uh, this is town infrastructure, same thing, church infrastructure, so kind of how much money they're bringing in from from the members of the church. Improved keeps, that's your fortifications. Your trade practices, so this is in and out trade outside of your realm. And then construction, how cheap and how quickly things are completed. And then these are cultural advances, so these are kind of the three main areas. And your nobles are your wealthier people. These are customs, religious customs. Your majesty, which basically has to do with the growth of your prestige. The tolerance, that's religious tolerance. And legalism. So this is your acceptance of your rules on heirs. So kind of how much fight back you're going to get. And you can see, because we started at the very beginning of the game, all of our levels are actually really low. We have a single one light infantry that has completed the first level. Otherwise, they are all currently at a 0 and progressing towards 1. And the ones with the moving gears are the ones that are progressing right now. You might have noticed that when I set these guys, this one right here, our court chaplain, is currently spreading tech. And you can see this is the one area where I am seeing steady growth right now. So that is one area that I do want to often keep these council members actively going on that. But from time to time I need to get some other things going as well. Here is our military. These are my vassals who work here, and I have just over 200 overall. So this is my holding, and these are my two vassals on what they would support. It looks like the Pope has passed away. Okay, intrigue. This is your spy network. I have no active plots right now. These are the factions. So these are kind of your naysayers, the people that you're having to deal with. Sometimes it's other direct vassals who are in competition that have their own ambitious pride that want to kind of rise up against you. Or it could be other people that see your rise and they fear your rise, so they target you, and so on. Okay, religion is a major topic here, as the church was very, very influential at this point. They pretty much controlled the main functions of what was going on in medieval Europe. And this is a new area that I haven't had a chance to play with yet, as it's a new feature added to CK2 of societies. Alright, well, we've only progressed a little over a year, and we're going to start to move a little bit faster. But we have run pretty long for this episode, so that does it for this episode. I am Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe. And tune in next time on my road to the record.